really should not let RFK Jr. speak to humans. Okay? I mean, maybe Muppets, but not humans. He is so misinformed on the neurodivergent community, which he refers to as, the autistic, that he is spreading misinformation and information that is really, really dangerous because it's wrong. And he is very uninformed and ill-learned about the community. He stated that autism destroys families. Okay. Now, well, it is true that the divorce rate among families with an autistic child is slightly higher than the national average. Myself, no. I never divorced. My husband and I were together until he passed away. I know many other families that have been together 20, 30, 40 years that are raising an autistic child. It did not destroy their family. It brought them together. That autism is destroying our children. No. Okay, autism is not a terminal illness at all. It's not destroying children. He stated that they will never hold jobs, never pay taxes. No, that's not true. We call it a fucking spectrum for a reason, because the spectrum is very broad. So let's take the current administrative poster boy, Elon Musk. Whether you love him, you hate him, you're indifferent, whatever. He lies a lot. But the one thing is stated is that he is autistic, very high-functioning autistic. And normally someone would not do that because of the stigma attached to being autistic. That autistics will never date. No, they do. They date, they get married, they have kids. Okay? That they will never play baseball. My son participates in Special Olympics. He plays, he won his Special Olympic tournament for bowling. He plays basketball. He plays soccer. He's got a bit of a advantage with the basketball because he's 6'4", and the average player is around 5'2". So his job is to protect whichever basket the team with the ball has. If it's his team, his job is to stand by the basket, put the ball in the basket. If it's the opposing team, stand by the basket, prevent the ball from going in the basket. He has loads of fun. So to say that they will never play sports is wrong. And it's misinformation. Now, why should we be concerned about this national registry? Now, if we look back in history, which those who do not remember the past are condemned to relive it, and it seems like we are reliving it right now. Back in 1938 or 39, the Nazi government issued an edict and created an agency where doctors and midwives had to register children, babies, that were born with significant issues, medical issues, deformities, whatever. These children, and these were German citizen children. These were not just children of the targeted groups such as the Jewish community or the Gypsy community or any community that disagreed with the Nazi regime. Then they raised the age to 3 years of age. Then they went and cleaned out what they called the sanitariums. We would call them mental health facilities or long-term care facilities today for the undesirables. And they murdered them. Okay? They killed them. Their first experiments with gas in large mass executions were on the disabled with carbon monoxide poisoning. they saw that it was ineffective and didn't work quickly, and we need something better, which led them to Zyklon B, which we all know really did its job well. But doctors, nurses, midwives were required to register any child or any individual that they knew or felt had any type of disability, physical disability, an emotional disability, a mental disability, a cognitive or developmental disability. They had to register with the Nazi Party. And then they would just disappear, go away, and be murdered. So that's worst case scenario, and I don't see us heading that. I mean, this is the United States of America in 2025, not Nazi Germany, 1939, 1940. I would like to believe that we have evolved as a civilization and as a country. We worked for decades to get our children integrated, mainstreamed within regular schools throughout the United States. When I was growing up, the children with special needs, whether it was cognitive, developmental, or physical, they went to a special school. We didn't talk about them. They didn't integrate with the rest of the student population throughout my teeny tiny little town that I grew up in. Now we have full integration. And you want to target a very small percentile of the spectrum. And we call it a fucking spectrum for a reason, because it's so vast. It is a large spectrum. And the people that you are lumping in to your viewpoint of what neurodivergency is a very teeny tiny percentile at the way bottom range of neurodiversity. Unfortunately, yes, a lot of these kids will need long-term support with what we call ADLs for the rest of their life. But that's a very teeny tiny percentage of the population. Majority fall somewhere in the mid-range, maybe 20 points above, 20 points below, but somewhere in the mid-range, okay? You say it destroys their lives. How? How does it destroy their life? Okay? I have worked with kids that are very low functioning on the spectrum that need assistance. They're in a care facility. They need assistance for the rest of their lives. And I have seen them experience pure joy. Pure human joy. Okay? They may love Scooby-Doo. And they will watch Scooby-Doo and they will laugh and have pure joy. Majority of autistics love being around water and bodies of water. You have to be careful with that, but they love being around bodies of water, and you see the absolute joy that they have by playing in the water and being in the water. It's just an absolute pure human joy. My son loves pretty much all things Disney. Okay? He loves Disney. He loves going to Disney World. It's his favorite place to go. He loves seeing the characters when he walks around. It's a little unsettling when you see a 6'4", what looks like adult, come flying at you because you're one of his favorite characters. But he does it respectfully, and he's a hugger. He loves to hug. He loves to be around people. And you see the joy in his face because he's experiencing pure human joy. He's doing what he loves to do. It's his favorite place to be. So lumping them in is wrong. It's a spectrum. Big spectrum. Spreading this misinformation about the tiniest section of the neurodivergent community is a dangerous road that you're putting us on. there are people out there that take what you say verbatim as the gospel truth. That these are individuals that are a drain on society. They have no business being in society. They're stealing taxpayers' dollars, that we're supporting these people. No. To say that they'll never have a job and they don't pay taxes is a lie. They do. They have jobs. To say that they will not date and they will never marry, that is a lie. Yes, they do. To say that, a lot of them, not the very small percentage of them, a lot of them will never use a toilet, is not true. And it is dangerous because people take what you're saying to the extreme. And what you're discussing about is called eugenics. And I had really hoped that we had evolved past that, but it appears that we have not. So, RFK Jr., when you need someone to handle you when you are speaking in public, okay? I don't know, shock collar or something that we can just zap you and just say, okay, no, bad, don't say that. You need to fact check yourself. You need to spread real, bona fide, proven information. You need to acknowledge that there is a spectrum, that stop lumping them all into one small, teeny tiny percentile on the spectrum, because people take it the wrong way and they take it to the extreme, and you're going to see discrimination and hate speech and, God forbid, violence against the community, because we have people that really truly believe that what you are saying is the gospel truth, and it's not. And this is why I will be fighting against this national registry, because, again, to what end? What purpose does it fulfill? Where are you going with this information that you cannot have without signed consent? Where does it lead? I don't see it ending well. And RFK Jr., get your facts straight before you open your mouth, or just talk to the Muppets. They seem to be more your style and more of your intellect.